Hi, boys and girls. Previously, I have read to you Jack and the Beanstalk, and that is a great fairy tale. Remember how I said that there's all different versions of fairy tales, like with the gingerbread man and the gingerbread boy? Well, that's the same for Jack and the Beanstalk. And I have a very silly Jack and the Beanstalk story for you today. So remember the Jack and the Beanstalk story I read previously, and if you haven't seen it or listened to it, it's on the YouTube. Your parents have the link. Because the one, I want you to listen and watch that one, and then watch this one, and you're going to compare them. This one is called Trust Me, Jack's Beanstalk Stinks. And it's told by the giant. So it's not Jack talking or his mom. It's the giant's version. Found a little note inside of there. Okay, here we go. So here's the giant. And he looks different than the one we read previously. People think it's easy being a giant. You get to be rotten and grumpy and loud. You're big and tough, and you have gobs of treasures. And nobody tells you how to behave. Giant life is no picnic, though. It's hard to find shoes that fit. My knees hurt from my height, and I'm always hungry. Always, always, always. But the worst thing about being a giant is the humans. Oh my goodness. Humans are part of a balanced giant's breakfast. But when you're not eating them, they're a real pain. Sometimes they laugh at me behind my back, and they call me stinky. They ring my doorbell and run away. They think that's funny. There's this boy named Jack who is extra bold. He came up through the clouds one day while I was out gathering a small breakfast. He tricked my wife into feeding him, and then he hid in my house. I mean, come on. Who would hide inside a human's house? This is a crime. See Jack there? Well, he didn't trick me because I could smell him, and he smelled delicious. My wife said, "Maybe you still smell that kitty casserole from supper last night." Fee-fi-fo-fum, I said in giant. This means something like, "Go on home now. I promise I won't eat you." But he stayed in his hiding place. Get the giant sleeping. And there goes Jack. And you already know where he's headed, huh? After breakfast, I took a nap, like I always do. Eating makes me tired, and when I did, Jack stole a bag of gold. Humans, they're nutritious and sneaky. Sometime later, Jack came back again. Can you believe it? And again, he tricked my wife into letting him inside. When I came home from picking up a light breakfast, I could smell him, and I knew who it was. My wife said, see the speech bubble right there, "Maybe you still smell that little stew from supper last night." Fee-fi-fo-fum, I yelled. This can also mean, "Give me back my gold and we'll call it even. I definitely won't eat you." but he did not come back. Just like before, I ate my meal and tried to forget about Jack. I relaxed with my goose. In our story, it was the hen. That one that lays the golden eggs. Soon I took a little snooze. Of course, that pesky little boy couldn't let a guy rest. You know what he did? He stole my goose, that lousy, no-good, miserable thief. The last time Jack came around, I called out, "Fee-fi-fo-fum." This can even mean, "Darn it, I'm really angry now." My wife and I searched, but couldn't find him. I kept looking, but soon I got hungry. That's not a surprise. After breakfast, I enjoyed some lovely music. My golden harp sang to me, and the sound was even sweeter than the boy-berry pie that I had. I rested my eyes a bit. I had finally forgotten about Jack. Oh no. The next thing you know, my harp is calling, "Master, master!" Jack was running off with it, and I thundered after him. I almost caught up to him too, but then they disappeared down the clouds. And there it was, a big, giant beanstalk. Jack was climbing down it. You see him right there? Well, I'm a smart guy. I know a dangerous thing when I see it. I didn't want to go down there. No way. But then my harp called out to me again. So down I went. Down, 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 and I kept going, even though it was a little wobbly. The beanstalk shook once, twice, 3 times, and toppled over. Jack had chopped it with an axe. I fell and broke my crown. That's an old-fashioned way of saying I whacked my head really good. Even if you're a big, tough giant like me, that really hurts. Do you see the big bump on his head? Do you see all of the people who came to watch? And Jack is looking pretty proud of himself, isn't he? My wife said I should forget about Jack, but sometimes I still look through the hole in the clouds. Jack and his mother got rich selling my golden eggs. They fattened up quite nicely, and Jack got married. My golden harp sang at the wedding. It was a lovely party. I'll tell you one thing, someday, when my crown feels better, I'm going down there to get my stuff back. Maybe I'll grab lunch while I'm there, too. Oh my goodness, he still has that big bump on his head. And Jack and his mom and his new wife lived happily ever after. The end. This is the back of the book. Wasn't that entertaining? It came from a different perspective. Before, it came from the perspective of Jack and his mom, and this time, this is what the giant was thinking. I'm so glad Jack didn't get eaten by him. I'm really glad about that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story, and remember the title is Trust Me, Jack's Beanstalk Stinks. And I'll see you next time for another fun story. Bye!